mic's off. There it goes. Um, um, Tonight, I'd like to talk to you guys about something that's important to me. I'd like to talk to you about the science of comedy. What makes something funny? What makes something not funny? And if your friend thinks that they're funny but isn't, how can they get help? And this is what I'd like to talk about today. So, comedy can be broken up into 6 levels. The lowest level of comedy is, of course, the pun, okay? There is nothing worse than the pun, and I'll tell you why. In a lot of ways, puns are like chick flicks, as in some of them are okay, most of them are terrible. But they're terrible for very different reasons. Chick flicks, for example, are terrible because they all have the exact same plot line. I'm a strong, independent woman, romantically involved with some clump called Trevor, who is the Comcast of people. That is to say, he's okay, but he only gets 3 stars on Yelp. Along comes guy number 2, who is mysterious and brooding about something, does arts and crafts all by himself, and most importantly, has more abs than guy number 1. We fall in love, and then all of a sudden it's, kiss in the rain. You love me, you don't love me, throw some stuff, run away together, play a Taylor Swift song, boom. There you go. That's a chick flick. Puns are terrible for a different reason. The reason puns are terrible is because a lot of people don't know this, but the human body is actually allergic to puns. And you can tell because when your body's exposed to a pun, it makes the same sound as an asthmatic goose begging for the sweet release of death. Moving on. The next level is the quip, okay? These include that's what she said, yo mama jokes, pretty much anything the dude on CSI says before putting on his sunglasses, and repeating the question you've just been asked in a dumb voice to give the illusion that you understand what's going on. I'll give you an example. Secretary of State walks in and says, Mr. President, do you understand the implications of imposing trade tariffs on non-hostile foreign powers? Do you understand the implications of imposing trade tariffs on foreign powers? The short answer is no, and you should feel stupid for asking. But that's the second level of joke, and much like the first level of joke, you shouldn't do it because you're better than that, okay? The third level is accents and cadences. Now, I want you to think back to the comedians that you love and respect. Say, for example, Brian Regan. When he says, it's a cup with dirt in it, the words, it's a cup with dirt in it, are not inherently funny. It's the way he says it, okay? And so, in the same way, Dr. Seuss books are not inherently funny until you read them in a Russian accent. 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. The next level up is physical comedy, okay? And basically, physical comedy can be broken down to people getting hit by things. The more people getting hit by the more things increases the comedy in a linear fashion, okay? And that's all you need to know about physical comedy. Now, the next level up is our anti-jokes. And these are jokes, I'm not sure if they're jokes yet, because they're just sad statement of facts. Like, why did Jimmy get hit by a bus? Because he dropped his ice cream cone in the street. I goofed that one up, didn't I? Sure did. Let's try again. Why did the girl fall out of the swing? Because she had no arms. That's an anti-joke, okay? Now, I'm not sure if these are funny or if this just rhythmically exhaled sadness. And I'll get back to you on that later, okay? The next level is the story joke. Now, these can take a while, but I'll spare you, I'll spare you the agony. A story joke might be, a friend of mine once told me, she said, Brandon, you need to watch Pride and Prejudice. And I said, why? Those aren't even my favorite sins. If there was a movie called Sloth and Gluttony, I would be all over it. And the plot of it is just Mr. Darcy is on his couch. He sees the remote is simply too far away and picks up his phone, orders a pizza, and in special directions he writes, "Please bring the remote too." Now, the next level up, these are the highest form of comedy, but they're very elusive. These are the layered jokes. These are jokes that continue to be funny after you've heard them more than once. Okay? Now, the shortest one I ever heard was written by Demetri Martin, and he once said, "Cannibals make me dinner," which is a brilliant joke. Think about it, then think about it again, and you'll understand what I mean. Now, I'll do my best to try to emulate what's going on here, but I consider myself a fairly open-minded guy. But the only thing that I find myself avidly against in all situations is the awareness campaign. Now, an awareness campaign is whenever anyone comes up to you and says, "Hi, did you know that every single panda is completely illiterate?" And you're like, "Oh, can I do anything about it?" "No, but now you're aware." Which is the exact same thing as handing me a puppy with no legs. I can't fix it, but I do have to feel bad about it. The point I'm trying to make is friends don't let friends do puns. Thank you very much.